Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 Deleted Scenes. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is a cult classic film directed by Tobe Hooper that was released on August 22nd, 1986. Now, Canon, the distributor and production company, forced Hooper to delete a lot of the scenes within the movie. A lot of them being actually like important plot points and character development scenes. Now, a lot of these scenes can actually be found online, but on the other hand, there's a lot of them that have yet to be found and most likely never will be found. And there's actually been a lot of people who worked on the set of the film who have voiced their disappointment with the removal of all the plot points and, like I said, character development and backstories and all that sort of stuff. And Canon's only explanation was the lack of monsters in the film, which is not true. It's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. There's gonna be monsters in there. You know what I mean? We love some character development in a horror movie. It doesn't have to be all like gore and violence the whole time. You know, as if we're a bunch of like dumb apes. No violence, no watch. But anyway, a lot of the actors claimed that a lot of the emotion was gone from the movie. Cinematographer Richard Chorus, sorry, I might have butchered that name. He was quoted to say, "Canon took over the cut, and if we had shot anything with blood, gore, or chainsaws, they just threw it in. In order to make it come to the proper length, they had to throw the story away. That's the real tragedy." One lost scene involved Enright in his hotel room, and the scene was to occur before the character meets Stretch for his first time. After eating a worm from a bottle of mezcal, he proceeds to hallucinate chainsaws coming out of the walls around him. And the scene also included a 360 shot of him on his bed as he held his gun. I mean, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know what Canon was thinking with cutting that. Also, an alternate version of the skin scene with LG.
Built your little fry house.
LG.
What, Norma?
Who was played by Lou Perryman, was filmed. Now, according to Perryman, Hooper actually asked him if he could film the scene naked, with his reasoning being that the cannibalistic family wouldn't leave him with any boxer shorts, which I believe they actually did, but Canon came in again and said that it was too distracting and they had to reshoot with him in his boxer shorts. Don't hug me, I'm scared pilot. Now, if you're watching this video right now, there's a very good chance that you know what Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is.
What's your favorite idea? Mine is being creative.
But for those of you who don't know, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is a comedy horror series on YouTube, and the main series consists of 6 episodes, which ran from July 29th, 2011 to June 19th, 2016. But on June 19th, 2017, Becky Sloan hinted towards the next step in the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared series, when a teaser was posted on the channel titled Wakey Wakey, teasing a television show made in collaboration between Blink Industries, Conco, and Super Deluxe. Now, this 30-second trailer actually amassed 2 million views in under 24 hours. The pilot is set to have been set in the city of Clay Hill, where the duck, red guy, and yellow guy, and the usual cast of like colorful characters lived. And it just so happens to be yellow guy's birthday. But the mayor of Clay Hill, Mr. Pigface, has gone missing.
Everyone seems very upset about the mayor's disappearance.
Who's gonna sing his bit of the song?
And that's when a talking key, the key to the city, appears. He appears to warn the citizens about potential thieves and other crimes that could happen while the mayor is missing, and they need a new mayor to step up until they find him. And that's where the key appoints the duck character to be the new mayor, while red guy runs off to find the mayor. And while red guy is gone, the duck very quickly becomes a very oppressive mayor who sets this high security setting on town and all of its citizens. Meanwhile, yellow guy also runs off and gets help from a fizzy drink bandit to help fight against the duck. Now, as of now, the pilot has never been fully released outside of the festival that it was shown at. The creators were quoted saying that they weren't really fans of the plot. They felt like the new direction that the show was going kind of took away from like the tense, claustrophobic feeling that the original 6 episodes definitely had. But who knows, maybe we'll get a different spin-off of the show one day. You know, I know the creators are always working on new projects. I mean, we've even seen them pop up in The Amazing World of Gumball, so who knows? Fingers crossed. Star Wars 1313. Star Wars 1313 was a planned third-person shooter Star Wars game that was to be developed by LucasArts. Now, unlike the others like Battlefront, as great of a game as that was, Star Wars 1313 was set to be a sort of like unorthodox version of what you would see from Star Wars. It was gonna be kind of like dark and grittier approach to the story, which actually I think is really cool. And with 8th generation consoles approaching at the time, developers knew they kind of had to step up their game to compete with games such as The Last of Us. That alone is hard to compete with, but they knew that they had to create more detailed and immersive games. Even cooler, this game would have served as a backstory for Boba Fett, but unfortunately, when LucasArts was bought by Disney, the game was canceled. Star Wars 1313 is really only known about because it was first announced June 1st, 2012, on a show called Game Trailers TV, where only a short demo was shown, but then at E3 of that same year, a much better demo and full trailer were both showcased. And it was also revealed that motion capture technology was actually being used in the development of the game, which again is pretty cool. But we don't fully know what the game would have looked like, obviously due to it being canceled. Even in those demos, the characters were just demos, and test characters for what would have been the final product of the game. 1 vs 100. 1 vs 100 was an Xbox 360 game based on a TV show of the same name, where a single player, who was called the One, had to answer trivia questions against 100 other players who were called the Mob.
Be the One.
I am ready.
Join the mob or participate from the crowd.
I guess I'm not 100% sure.
Now, during the Xbox 360 gameplay, the players would actually be competing for real Microsoft points, which is pretty cool and not something that you see in games at all anymore. But this was only during special play hours, which gave players more incentive to hop on the game. Players could either be the One, which I imagine was a pretty sought-after spot to get into, or part of the 100 or the Mob. Or a third option, they could just spectate and be part of the crowd. Now, unfortunately, after only 2 seasons of the game, it was canceled. It was canceled due to it wasn't bringing in enough money to compensate for the development of the game, new add-ons, and even the prizes that were being spent. With this game coming out around the same time that YouTube started to gain popularity, around 2009, there is actually plenty of footage of the game being played. But since it is canceled, the game can no longer actually be played. For many reasons, the aging of the Xbox 360 and the cancellation of the game itself. So unfortunately, it's been lost to time. I think if they did a remake of it, it could potentially be pretty popular still. Melmartinez X3. Melmartinez X3 was actually Melanie Martinez's official YouTube channel before her music career took off. It was created on November 3rd, 2007, so she was actually like right there at the start of YouTube basically. But her first 2 known videos weren't uploaded until 2008. The first one being a cover of Follow Me by someone named Uncle Cracker, and the second one being How to Save a Life by The Fray. Fast forward to 2012, and Melanie, for one reason or another, deleted or privated a lot of her old videos, only keeping a handful of covers and to her original song called Smoke. And from there, she continued to upload new videos to her channel. And in 2013, she once again went through and wiped a lot of her old videos. And she began to upload fans' recordings of her live performances and a few new covers. So she basically kept wiping it every couple years. And that's when in 2014, she officially changed her YouTube to Melanie Martinez and deleted all of her videos prior to the Dollhouse music video. Which, honestly, I don't even know that much about Melanie Martinez, but I think it would be cool to kind of go back and watch her old videos, right? Because she's such a huge artist now, it would be pretty cool to see where she came from. But yeah, that was our Lost Media for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was actually a really fun one to record because all of these entries are stuff that I'm really into. Star Wars, horror movies, music. I know it's been a while since I uploaded last. I think at this point, it's been like 3-4 months. Too long. I definitely am gonna try to get back into recording videos for you guys. I was on a roll there for a while, but you know, life gets crazy and I'm actually moving pretty soon. So hopefully that doesn't get in the way again, but I will try my best. I might even put out some like move with me vlogs, something like that. Anyways, If you liked the video, definitely hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any lost media that you want me to cover, definitely let me know in the comments below and I'll include that and your comment in the next video. So yeah, that is all for now. So I will see you all later. Bye.